You and me, we're gonna have a fight today, after school. 3 o'clock in the parking lot. You try and run, I'm gonna track you down. You go to a teacher, it's only gonna get worse.
Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Your leader in sports in the Inland Empire.
Move to Riverside.
Now, here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome to another Thursday edition of the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham, who's been battling a sickness. Greg, should we cue up some sound that we got of Jeff battling? He's been sick, but he's been in studio getting everyone else sick. But he's here, and he's ready to talk sports. And we got some audio because we're comparing Jeff to one of the greatest.
10 on the shot clock.
This is just like Jeff.
Classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Just like
and defeated the Utah Jazz.
You're just like Jordan.
I was really tired. A great week. Somehow I found the energy. Just stay strong.
That's you.
You know, I was weak. I stayed strong.
You found the energy, man.
I fought through yesterday. Yesterday was possibly one of the worst days of my life. I was so sick.
But just like Jordan, beating the Utah Jazz in Game 5 in 1997 of the finals.
I was weak.
Jeff hit that big jumper.
I hit the big
to
shot.
Put him away.
Yeah, I did the show yesterday. I don't remember the show yeday.
But you were a little delusional. You look like a mess, but you look better today with your Santiago Sharks baseball hat on
I got
today.
my Santiago Sharks baseball hat on. You know what? I think the adrenaline is just pulling me through today because today is the 8th most special day in my life.
That's right. All the Star Wars movies. And now this could jump straight to number 1 in the most special days of your life.
It could.
Because,
my
Last
kids,
Jedi, right? This could be the best.
This could be the best. I like my kids and all, but, and then my marriage is wonderful, but Star Wars comes first in my life. It really does.
So tonight could be a very special night.
Yeah, I get to
you and I are going to go check it out.
I get to share it with you, Pep. You and I are going to be eating our jelly bellies.
I cannot wait. We got a big show, Jeff. We've got Dennis Cutts, head basketball coach at UC Riverside. We've got the great Tim Cook, head basketball coach at Life Pacific, also the athletic director out there for the Warriors.
Yeah, how the heck? I'm going to just talk to him. How the heck did he lose to La Sierra University? He's our guy.
Bring it up to him.
I'm going to say, what's going on over there?
Come on, Cookie.
We're going to have to get the athletic director to fire him.
Yeah.
Wait.
He is the AD.
Oh, I guess he can't. Maybe he can fire himself. We'll get on him about that one.
Hey, we also got your lifelong friend. You guys were homies when you were just little boys in Riverside. Gary Adcock, head baseball coach at Cal Baptist University.
Gary Adcock. He hasn't grown in 47 years.
Jeez, Jeff, come on. He's your homie.
Yeah, I love Gary Adcock.
You guys did hang out, right?
Yeah, the best baseball coach ever in the city of Riverside, and we used to play Little League basketball, baseball. We did it all together. We were buddies when we were little kids.
And then Ghizal Hasan, the voice of Riverside TV football, UC Riverside baseball, Cal State Northridge basketball. He's going to check in towards the end of the show. Talk a little sports, talk a little movies and Star Wars as well with him.
Yeah, he says he has something planned for us. So
he's got
see.
a bit, huh?
He's got a bit, so we'll see.
Okay.
He's going to maybe go over some of these Star Wars movies and see how ready we are.
Okay. Excited about that. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled. Quick, quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their great customer service. Always low prices. Bill Navigado hit me up the other day. Just said, hey, Merry Christmas, Bill. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. They're the best. We want to link up with the best, so we appreciate Spoiled very, very much. Speaking of the best, Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years. That's more than 4 decades in the IE. Bringing you all your great sporting gear needs, helmets, baseball mitts, Letterman's jackets. And this time of the year, Jeff, it's Christmas time. Go to Ken's and just go on a shopping spree. Let it all hang out.
I buy my Christmas cup there every single year. I get 1 cup a year, and it
lasts you all year, right?
It lasts me all year. I wear it every single day.
Jason at Ken's. Here comes Jeff. He's coming for you. Get ready.
Buy him a new cup.
Boost Performance Training. Athletes of all levels in all different sports. They love Boost Training and Coach Ray Bass, boosttrainingsystems.com. And Catalano Motors in Corona off Temescal Canyon Road. We love Catalano Motors. They're going to save Jeff a minivan. But if you're not in a minivan, you want something a little more sporty, you want an SUV, they got that too.
I'm telling you, I want a van conversion, no windows, shag carpeting, and I want it creepy.
It sounds awful, but he could probably do that for you because Derek Catalano is that kind of guy. All right now, let's go to the Catalano Motors Celebrity Hotline. He's been on the show before right here in this very studio, but now he's getting ready for a big game against Utah State coming up. It's Tim Cook, head basketball coach at Life Pacific. Coach Cook, how are you today?
Good. How are you guys doing? Great to be back on the show. You know I love it.
Hey, well, we're hours away from Star Wars. You feel our not want to say our pain, but our excitement, because it's painful to be stuck just waiting, the anticipation. It's tough. Are you going to see Star Wars tonight, Coach?
You guys would bring that up. I have to go recruiting to a tournament at La Canyada.
That's weak.
You would do that to me. And
sorry.
greatest movies of all time, and you got to give that to me. I can't see it till next week. I got so much basketball going on, I can't go get my geek on.
Well, we're not trying to rub it in, but they're saying this could be the best Star Wars ever.
Is Darth Maul in this one?
No, this is Snoke. You have Kylo Ren.
Wait, hold on. So, Coach Cook, here's the deal. Jeff saw some spoilers online that he regrets looking at. Yeah, I told him, please, Jeff, don't say anything. I don't want to know anything about anything.
Yeah, it burned my eyes, and I'm kind of concerned. I hope that it's not all correct because I want to be surprised, to say the least.
My goodness. I need a Darth Maul 2 sighting. That was the greatest villain. All those karate episodes and all that stuff. I love that. But Darth Maul was awesome.
He was good.
He was a great Sith apprentice.
Yeah, he was sliced in half and then brought back on the cartoon.
Oh, yeah, he came back to life.
Yeah, he did. He was brought back in the cartoon.
Yeah, we're nerding out hard, but Coach, you have a big one against Utah State coming up. Another one of those games on your schedule where, again, you don't shy away from playing some big-time programs out there. Are you excited about this contest against the Aggies?
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredible venue to go to. We keep taking our kids into these venues, and we're competing. I mean, obviously, we're not supposed to beat these Division Ones, but we're 6-6 right now, and we played the toughest schedule in the country, I think, and it's building in competitive spirit. And I really believe that if we get past this game, and then we play University of San Diego, who just beat Colorado like a dog on the road, a Pac-12 school, we get past these two games, and we can at least say we competed to win. We have 14 games left that count on the schedule, and we really feel like we can try to win another championship at our level.
Well, Jeff came in here, and he was a little concerned, and he's like, how did Coach Cook lose the Lost Sierra? He was disgruntled. He wanted to call you out on that one. He wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, I know. And, we beat them at their place, and you guys know, and Jeff knows this because he used to coach at a very high level. Sometimes when you do this in your schedule and you got young guys that are still trying to understand how to play together and play hard every night, we were actually up by about 16 in that game in the second half, and just thought that it was an easy cruise, and you cannot relax on any given night anymore, you guys, in college basketball. Otherwise, I mean, you see the scores around the country. There's so many surprises, and they just were better that night. And yeah, it's an upset, but I got to give them. They played harder for longer, and they were hungrier than we were for a win.
Well, I was going to have to call the athletic director at Life Pacific and find out what's going on over there.
Hey, listen, I can't Mark Price myself, so I looked in the mirror and I said, "Yeah, you're fired tonight, but I got to hire you tomorrow."
All right.
We got Tim Cook here, athletic director and head basketball coach at Life Pacific, and Coach, your son Austin, one of the best sophomores around at Damien High School. And I saw those CIF Southern Section rankings come out, and Damien, I think, was like number 4 or 5 in Division I. That sound right? They were above Centennial and Roosevelt at this point in those early rankings.
I tell you what, I've seen them play 4 out of the 7 games, and they are terrific. Those other teams are very, very good, too, and it's going to come down to a battle amongst the year and how it plays out. But, guys, to me, there's not a better high school coach that has been doing it as long as Coach LeDuc, and there is not a better unit watching them right now and flowing in the offense. They are going to be a handful this year. And Etiwanda is very good, too, so don't leave them out. They're number 6.
And they have that big tournament, the Classic at Damien this year. There's 64 teams.
Wasn't it Centennial against Damien for the title last year? Was that right?
It was Modern Day at Damien.
Okay.
I
think Centennial was in the third place game. Now I think about it.
Yeah, Damien beat Centennial in the semifinals, and then Modern Day played Damien for the Classic. 64 teams. We're hosting some of the games for them. They're hosting. They have 2 gyms, and then they're using Bonita for the other. Guys, that's as good a tournament as you'll see in the West Coast all year.
Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the teams. You got Notre Dame of Riverside. You got King. You got La Sierra. You got Kaiser. You got a lot of
Centennial and Roosevelt back there, Jeff.
Roosevelt is in it. I do not see Centennial this year. Oh yes, they are in it. Okay. I take that back. Centennial. Yeah. Corona is in it.
Yes.
Cajon. So you got some.
Cajon's good too if they get their football guys back.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, incredible array. And look at the Platinum division, the top one. I mean, it's just a team after team that is power ranked, and it's just going to be what an incredible event. I know that a lot of my college guys, a lot of elite Division I guys, my level, there'll be tons of coaches there. They run as classy as an event as you can be. And then obviously we're very excited to host some games. We get some great coverage in that. And then, we recruit why they come over here. So it's a great thing for the community.
Well, Jeff and I were honored to call one of your games, Life Pacific against Azusa Pacific, a couple weeks ago, and we love your gym. It's a great venue, and you're right. The fans love basketball at Life Pacific.
It's incredible, you guys. I mean, we have such great fan base. The kids love it. We win most of our games for them at home, and it's just the culture is very driven towards supporting the athletics here, and it's just I really look forward to the years to come. We appreciate that. We loved having you. They still talk about you guys calling the game, but what a night for us against Azusa with the packed house.
Well, your son Austin, obviously a big time recruit, only a sophomore at Damien, and Damien's got a really good squad, highly ranked by the CIF Southern Section in Division I right now. So I know you're doing the whole college thing. You're a college coach. I know you guys went and watched UC Riverside the other night, but Jeff was a little offended. He wanted to hang out and talk to you, and he said he didn't say without saying goodbye. He just took off.
Listen, don't throw that in there, Jeff, because I was offended. I was standing over him like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's sitting there messing around, gyrating the little turn buttons and stuff, and I'm sitting there waiting. Austin's all geeked up to talk to him, and he takes off and says, "Oh, just a second," and he has no time. So now he's offended after the show's done, and he was like a little kid in a candy store that didn't get any candy because you're not around, so he's all messed up. I mean, let's really tell the story.
Yeah, I think you're telling the truth, Coach. It sounds like the real story now.
I was the producer. I was the star. and honestly, I had that computer in front of me and that mixer. It's hard for me. It's like higher level math for me. I was like stressed out of my mind putting on commercials and stuff. But it was good seeing you.
Let's get it right. Let's get it right, because I'm sitting there looking at my head, never said. I mean, the sweat's beating off his head, trying to do the music and everything at the same time. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, he's doing like little rap beat things and trying to get the commercials on there. He was a mess.
Yes, trust me, when I have to do things that I'm unfamiliar with, it was freaking me out. But after the game, I look over. I was going to say hi to Austin. I was going to introduce him to all the coaches. I had Brian Weathers. He goes, "Hey, is that Austin Cook from Damien?" I said, "Yes." So I was going to introduce him to Brian Weathers. I was going to introduce you to Brian Weathers. We were going to sit and chit-chat. I was going to work on a deal so that I could get a signing bonus by getting your son to sign at Riverside. I was working all my angles. And I looked after the game, and there was no bald guys sitting in the bleachers. I said, "Where's that guy?" He was gone.
Oh, my gosh. No, I appreciate that. I'm so humbled by how well he's doing, but he works for everything. He's in the gym right now with his Damien guys over here at Life. They're warming up for the game tonight, and they just put in work, you guys. And Pepperdine was at the game the other night recruiting him, and he had a great game. And they just said, he's one of the top guys and probably the best shooter that I've seen in a long time. And I'm very humbled and honored. But he's going to play at a high level if he just keeps chugging along. But I have so many great things to say about Damon, even if he wasn't there, just the way they run the program. And you guys, it's going to be exciting, the basketball season is. It really is, because there's some really good teams.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching him play, except for when Pep and I came down to life, he was wearing some really funny shorts, and I can't seem to get those out of my head. And I think you said your wife told him to change those shorts, too. What was going on there? Those were like John Stockton's.
No, that's a joke, man. What is he doing with those shorts? He's got those Paul Bunyan legs.
Yeah, he's hairy.
He pulls his shorts up. Yeah, he pulls them up, and he's got these tree-trunk legs. He looks like Earl Campbell, light Earl Campbell.
Yeah, he's got giant thighs.
You can't do that. And my wife is constantly, can you please unroll your shorts? We don't need to see that. And he's like, oh, they feel comfortable. And I'm like, man, you just cringe. But, I mean, at least he has something to show. He looks like Darnell Valentine.
Dude, you're his dad. Go into his room, open his drawer, and throw those things away. Burn them.
Hey, my wife is going to do it, Jeff. I'm not kidding you. She goes, if you don't go to Coach LeDuc and get some longer Damien shorts for him, I'm throwing those things away, and he has no more choice. I said, yeah, but then he rolls them up. At the waist? Oh, my God.
It makes it worse.
And you're my friend, and I'll be honest with you, he can't hang out with you and I.
Well, he's a great player nonetheless, however high his shorts are. So he's a great player.
He's a beautiful kid and a beautiful player. And like I said, anytime I can talk about him, because he plays the game the right way, and it's a great marriage with him. Coach, the sky's the limit. You know, he has Stanford on him, UCSD, Gonzaga. You know, all those, and he's worthy of doing that. But I say to everyone, just keep working, because nothing's going to be handed to you.
Hey, Coach, we got to run in a second, but real quick, who's Damien playing tonight? I'm just curious.
They play North Hollywood, and then tomorrow night Renaissance Academy, and then the big championship game would be, they're going to play Sierra Canyon on Saturday. That is going to be number 2 versus number 4.
Is he going to have big shorts for that game?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. Hey, you know what? You can't change his shorts out because his game's so good right now, so you can't do that.
You can't switch it up now.
Dude, you change it. No. I don't care what you change it.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, my assistants, Rich Salgado and Brandon Kennard, I can't do it without those guys, and I'm looking forward to trying to win another championship here at LPC.
Coach, we always appreciate the time. We want to come out and see you again real soon, and tell those Damien guys to be nice when they play Centennial and Roosevelt for us, all right?
I will. Hey, I love you guys, love the show, and can't wait to be back on again, and enjoy Star Wars tonight.
Oh, we will.
We will. Thank you. And best of luck against Utah State this weekend. And we'll have a spoiler-free edition tomorrow. So if you want to listen to the show or on Monday, we will not feed any spoilers out there.
I'm going to leave messages on your phone with all the spoilers.
Oh, you always do.
Coach, you're the best. We got to do this again soon.
I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
That's Tim Cook, head basketball coach at Life Pacific, and also the athletic director. We're going to hit a commercial break. When we come back, we got some inland sports headlines we're going to hit you with, plus some details on the high school football state championship games, which we got Cajon playing Sarah tomorrow, and then right around the corner after that, the great Gary Adcock, the skipper at Cal Baptist University. We'll be right back with the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
That's it. That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the Crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Dreams, no hope, but you can change all that when you become a Compassion Child sponsor. Just a little more than $1 a day brings hope. Find out how at compassion.com/radio.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Happy to be here on a Thursday as we lead up to Thursday night football tonight. Colts and Broncos on right here on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Couple Inland Sports headlines. So Cal Baptist pitcher Justin Montgomery ranked in the top 100 by Baseball America for the top prospects of 2018. That's big news. We're talking in the country, so that's huge news. Justin Montgomery, a Norco High School kid. We're going to talk to Cal Baptist skipper Gary Adcock in about 30 minutes. Actually, less than that, about 25 minutes. And then also, another big news coming out of the high school football state championships. So they've been at Sacramento State and Sacramento the last 3 years, but they're looking to move them possibly to Southern California. They've got that new soccer stadium being built for the LAFC. That's a possible venue. Cerritos College. There's a couple different venues in California putting in bids, and we will find out tomorrow, Jeff, where those high school football state championship games will be going forward. And for selfish reasons, I want them in Southern California. I don't want to go up to Sacramento. That's too hard to get video highlights out of there.
Yeah, no one wants to go to Sacramento anyways.
Whoa.
Told you, they have a train museum, they have a new arena, and the Capitol. Other than that, they have nothing.
Wonderful.
Nothing else there.
Wonderful.
Nothing. I know you're from that weird area of the country.
Lots of cow pastures, farming, man. That's what makes America go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Well, it is hard to get video out there, but not hard around here. We got intern Cullen. He should be at Indian Springs High School right now covering a big-time high school soccer match, getting video for the big IMG television show. Cullen, please tell me you got some goals. Did you get some goals on camera?
Okay, so I haven't gotten any goals at Indian Springs yet, but I got to tell you what, I was at Death Valley, San Bernardino Valley College Stadium just a little bit earlier, and what an awesome job SBVC has done with their facility to create an environment for these high school programs to want to come out and experience it. And I tell you what, here at Indian Springs, they got big banners all over celebrating that CIF Southern Regional Boys State Championship from last year. And it's just awesome to see the soccer program growing here at a kind of a newer school as we just get started. So no goals yet, and I'm out here. Jeff, I'm wearing the latest look from the Gap catalog just for you.
He has his Inland Sports shirt on, actually. I was proud of him. There was no polo shirt. He's got his Inland Sports swag on.
Yeah, but the only thing is you're trying to get video of a kickball game. The score, I can already guess the score to be 1-0.
It might be.
It's 1-0. That's what every score is. You look, oh, it's 1-0. It's 3-2, 3-2. That's a barn burner right there. So yeah, kickball, just get a goal. Somebody score.
So at SBVC, Cullen was covering Colton again. Hey, Colton, Greg, Colton.
Yellow Jackets.
Colton against Harupa Hills. Did you get a goal there? Please tell me you got a goal.
So Harupa Hills was putting on a scoring clinic, so I got quite a few goals.
Oh, Greg, did you hear that? Harupa,
my apologies to Greg.
How many goals did you get? 1. How many?
2, Jeff.
How many?
2. 2 in the first half.
Hey,
that's a scoring clinic. 2 goals is a clinic. Right. And now he's at Indian Springs doing Indian Springs taking on A.B. Miller. And Cullen's right, man. They're very proud of that Southern California championship by the boys soccer team from last season. And they have a huge banner there at the stadium. So, Cullen, we appreciate the check-in. And, again, was it 0-0 right now?
Yeah, all tied up at 0.
And that'll be a league game next year, Miller and Indian Springs, as the Rebels make the move to the Mountain Valley League. Hey, Cullen, great job as always. We appreciate it. And just text me if you're going to swing by the show on your way back in.
I'm going to go man my camera. You guys take care.
You're the best. Thanks, Cullen. Intern Cullen checking in. Yeah, Death Valley. That's what they call the football stadium where they play the soccer games as well at San Bernardino Valley College. And you can give credit to Coach Elgadas and Coach Lawler and all the guys out there at Valley College because they want to make SBVC, intimidating, right? They call it Death Valley. Welcome to Death Valley.
Well, they put you way up top. The press box is like 400 feet above the stadium.
And we were on top of the press. We were above the press box.
It was like windy up there, and I'm worried for my life. I mean, I'm worried that planes were going to run into us. They were so high up there.
They put us, Jeff almost blew away. But
way
above
up there.
The press box. It's actually a great view once you haul all the equipment up there. It's very nice.
Yeah, you get a heart attack hauling all that stuff up. But yeah, what a neat place. I'm not going to lie. Awesome facility.
Yeah, and Cullen's now at Indian Springs doing the old double dip here from Valley to Indian Springs, shooting some high school soccer highlights. And Indian Springs, relatively young school, but we saw them, the boys' side, last year go to the CIF championship game. They lost to Citrus Hill in a shootout, only to bounce back and go through the Southern California Regional. And wouldn't you know, they play on the road at Citrus Hill for the Southern California Championship. The team they lost to for the section title, and they beat them 3-0. So it was a huge redemption story.
I remember.
Yeah, so they had a great year, and now it looks like the girls' team at Indian Springs, they're off to a great start. They might be the Cinderella team of this year for high school soccer, so that's why Cullen's out there, Miller and Indian Springs. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we've got news regarding the 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic, El Clásico, January 13th at Centennial High School. We'll talk about that. The new logo and the poster is out. And then right around the corner, the great Gary Adcock, the skipper of the CBU Lancers. That's still to come on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off her.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
If you could get rewarded for sleeping, would you?
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility. So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. We all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first. I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
In the dryer too long and it shrunk 4 sizes, or when you donated her private diary to the public library. Deep breaths.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I'm Pep Fernandez. That's Jeff Gorham. Jeff, your stories are amazing. We got to do something about the commercial breaks here. Where
I can't.
It's like an Inland Sports exclusive where people can take a sneak peek inside the studio.
No, I'd be ruined.
I mean, all I got is I got kicked by a cow milking cows on a dairy. That's all I got. That's the only cool thing that ever happened to me.
I have done some weird, wild, wacky stuff in my life. A lot of stuff we can't say on air. But maybe we can invite...
Maybe a tell-all book someday, Ghizal
Hasan was telling me he wanted to pen something that I had done in my life, and he was like, I got to write about it. So maybe there's a book
someday,
Yeah, that story I told you just a few minutes ago is a pretty good one. That's a good one.
You could almost write it like a diary. Go back... And write it like a diary, like tonight, this is what happened.
And those of you that know me know that, I used to be I think I'm a pretty nice guy now. Would you agree?
Yeah, you're the nicest guy I know, to be honest.
Hey,
seriously.
Thank you.
If we're serious just for a moment here.
I would do anything for anyone, but I will say this. I saw my high school coach today, Tony Macy, who's now the head golf coach at Northridge High School, former
he's a local legend.
He's a legend. Former athletic director at King High School.
When is he coming on the show?
We got to get him on.
Yeah, we got to do this.
He's going to take over the golf program at Northridge High School. But I was with him today, and he said, man, I'm so glad you're doing well. And I'm thinking, wow, man, I must have really been a jerk. And I know I was. I know I was very immature and a jerk most of the time, and people really didn't like me. But I am finding out in my later years that I walk around Riverside, and people are like, yeah, you're a pretty nice guy. I'm like, wow, this is pretty shocking. Yeah. I didn't realize how many people hated me all the time in my life. So
you've turned things around, Jeff.
I don't know how it happened, but yeah, some of my stories I just would love to forget. In fact,
oh man,
the one I told you today, I put on the back of my mind, hoping to forget, but then
it's back.
They're going to Montana. That's all I can say.
It's back. Yeah, if you know Jeff, you might know the story as well. Well, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. A quick little segment here before we get to Gary Adcock, the skipper at Cal Baptist University. 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic, El Clasico, is coming back, Jeff. January 13th at the home of the original Sith Lord, Centennial High School, and Matt Logan. It's Matt Logan against Nick Matheny, Riverside versus San Bernardino counties, and the powers that be, Jim Clover, Rodney Kiles, all the folks over there at the Inland Empire All-Star Classic. So they've gone to this like USC versus UCLA theme in terms of uniforms and the colors and all that kind of stuff. So they put out the logo today, and hopefully I'm not spoiling it because I didn't even ask if I should put this out there. But I'm going to do it anyways, Jeff.
Oh, there's a new logo, huh?
Because the poster is out, and of course all the posters, 33 years strong, of the IE All-Star Classic, the longest running high school football game in the state of California. Well, this All-Star game always says at the top of the poster, the biggest game in history. Right?
It is.
It is. It is the biggest game in history. And every single year it gets bigger and bigger. But they put out the poster and they put out the colors, so I want to punch it up right now on the channel, and we'll tell you as well right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Judging by the poster, the Riverside County All-Stars will have the USC colors, and the San Bernardino County All-Stars will have the UCLA Bruin colors.
Nice.
So keep it here to the Inland Sports Show for the very latest exclusive details on the 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic. Once again, January 13th at Centennial High School. I know Matt Logan. I know Nick Matheny. They've both been hot on their cell phones, calling up coaches, lining up their guys. A lot of pride on the line in this one.
Yeah, who do they have assistant coaches that they like call up their buddies and say, hey, why don't you come over and coach with me? Are they from the same school? Do you just bring your whole staff, or do you bring an all-star cavalcade of coaches?
I think some of them bring their own staff, but they kind of cherry pick. You know what I mean? Like if there's another guy out there that's like, hey, you know what? I'd love to get, I don't know, I'm going to throw a name out there. Coach Zomalt from Citrus Hill. Someone like that. Hey, you want to come hang out with us and have some fun during All-Star Week? That's how they do it.
I want to be the long snapper coach for one of these teams.
Could you do that?
I could. I mean, how hard can that be to be a long snapper?
It's very specialized these days. The long snapper, the holder. You get scholarships for being a long snapper.
I could do it. I'm trying out for the Ontario Fury.
Oh, that's right, goalkeeper.
I'm going to hit a baseball off of Troy Percival.
If you survive through it, yeah.
I'm going to take one. He better not hit me in the chin, though.
The 33rd Annual Inland Empire All-Star Classic, again, January 13th at Centennial High School. It's the biggest game
ever
in history. And it's UCLA versus USC colors. Again, Riverside County, if you're just joining us, Riverside County will be the USC colors, and San Bernardino will have the UCLA Bruin colors. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, the skipper, Gary Adcock, Cal Baptist University, one of his star players, making headlines today. That's why we want to talk to him and talk a little Lancer baseball as well.
Isn't he a Bruin as well?
Is he a UCLA guy?
I believe he was once a UCLA guy, and then coached at UCR or played at UCR.
We'll figure that out. He's your childhood friend. You should know this. You guys were homies.
We're going to bring up his days when he was at Castleview Elementary School.
Oh, do you remember him all the way back then?
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about it.
Will he remember you as a nice guy or a jerk?
Probably a jerk.
We'll be right back on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports, IE 1350.
Did Beetle drink? Beetle juice?
Yes, that's it!
Name's Beetlejuice?
You said it twice, just say it once more, come on.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Only AT&T gives you entertainment your way. So...
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart, is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you, and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
On over to AutoZone, and let's get you what you need.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KUBE, Riverside.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Guess what, Jeff?
What?
Man, I'm getting a sore throat, brother.
No.
You did it.
Dude, you're getting the bubonic plague.
We shut the door here at Fox Sports IE, and I feel like you're just breathing on top of all of us. I'm bad. I feel fine. I feel good, but the sore throat is really sinking in right now. I blame you.
I know you blame your daughter and your wife. You kissed your wife and daughter.
Yeah.
I haven't kissed you yet, but tonight I might kiss you.
We're going to go see Star Wars right after another wonderful edition of the Inland Sports Show right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I was going to ask you, do you like my shirt?
I like it. Last year, basketball, River Valley League.
Back to back, man. 2013-14.
Man, he's had 4 more since then. Yeah. 6 of those things. Justin Norman's going to lose this year, though.
You were giving Justin Norman and the La Sierra Eagles a hard time yesterday. You drug poor Jackson Wood, the head basketball coach at Hillcrest, into the mix, too. But Justin Norman, he's had a great run in the River Valley League. Are you telling me La Sierra's not going to win?
La Sierra's run is over.
But I'm flying the colors. I got the La Sierra shirt, man.
Honest Abe is going to beat him this year.
You were bagging on La Sierra, so what'd I do? I went straight home. I was digging through all my clothes because I just moved and I still have stuff everywhere. And I was digging through all the bags and the drawers, and sure enough, here was the shirt that head coach Justin Norman hooked me up with, the La Sierra Eagles at the time, back-to-back league champs, 2013-2014. He's had some good players go through that program and some really good teams. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to fly the colors. Jeff's bagging on Coach Norman and the Eagles, but I got his back.
I do like Norman, but yeah, they should. I never beat him.
Was he in your wedding or someone's wedding?
Yeah, he was in my wedding. I've never beat Justin Norman. I'm 0-10. He's the only guy I'm 0-10 against.
Are you serious?
One of my best friends in the world, I'm 0-10 versus Justin.
Never beat Justin Norman. You might come out of retirement just to do that.
Yeah, I got to beat him somewhere. I beat him up. I mean, that's close enough. But yeah, I can never beat that guy.
He had your number, so I got the La Sierra Eagles T-shirt on today. Here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. In a couple minutes, we're going to hear from Gary Adcock, the head baseball coach at Cal Baptist University, because one of his star players, pitcher Justin Montgomery out of Norco High School, he's ranked inside the top 100 by Baseball America in terms of prospects for 2018. So Baseball America already looking at Justin Montgomery as one of the top players, maybe one of the top picks in next year's MLB draft, right?
So there's like a millionaire on that team then, on Cal Baptist team right now.
Looks like it.
Millionaire.
They've had some great pitchers go through here. In fact, I read that Baseball America article, and they credit Gary Adcock as one of the main reasons why these guys out of Cal Baptist are able to go have professional baseball careers. He grooms them here at CBU to have great baseball careers. They get drafted. So the man of the hour, it's the skipper for your CBU Lancers on the spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline, the great Gary Adcock. And before we talk Justin Montgomery and some CBU baseball here, hey, Coach Adcock, did you play basketball against Jeff as a child? He says you guys did.
I told him he wasn't allowed to bring that up, man. I don't know if we played basketball or what we were playing, but the OLPH team, it was a long day every time the Dragons at Castleview took on those guys.
Yeah,
nobody to guard him down low, buddy. Nobody to guard him down low. Wasn't going to be me.
What are you talking about? You're the exact same size right now as you were when you were at Castleview.
I did peak athletically at 12. That is true, but not in the sport of basketball. I don't think I ever peaked in basketball.
But you can shoot, though. I remember playing. We used to have fun. You could play a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. You remember better than I do. I don't. I just remember a bowl haircut and a bad tank top.
There we go. That's exactly right.
It's the great Gary Adcock, Cal Baptist University head baseball coach, the skipper of the Lancers here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach, we want to talk just CBU baseball in general, but we wanted to bring you on because we saw that article coming out of Baseball America that they ranked their top 100 prospects for next year, for 2018, and you've got a pitcher on that list, Justin Montgomery out of Norco High School. Man, I think it speaks volumes not only that Justin's a great pitcher, but just of the program and the kind of guys that you have wearing those Lancer uniforms, that they go on to these professional careers. If you're being ranked by Baseball America, they're basically saying that this is a guy to watch who's going to likely be drafted or signed, and these guys have professional baseball in their future. What makes Justin Montgomery such a great pitcher on that mound at CBU?
Well, Justin has that key word I think you hear in sports a lot, projection. 6'5", he's tall, he's lean. Every year he's gotten better. For guys that had seen him pitch in high school till now, there's been improvement. So I think, Justin took the Cape Cod League and took that opportunity. And when you can do it on that level against those type of people, I think whether you're playing D2 or D3, NAI or whatever, it kind of opens people's eyes to what you can do, maybe even professionally.
I also read that there's been 31 Lancers drafted in the Major League Baseball draft in the last 36 years, and particularly in the 14 years for you at CBU, you've had 20 guys go. Man, that's an incredible, staggering number right there, that guys come out of your program and they hear their name called in the Major League Baseball draft. I know they're there to win games at CBU and get that education, but a lot of these guys, I mean, they come to you because they want to get to that next level. How do you prepare them for a professional baseball career at CBU?
Well, I think the collegiate life itself does a good job of preparing them. The balancing of the academics and the campus life and the requirements put upon them on the field. I think that sets them. I'm biased. I think going to college is the way to do it before you head professionally. I just think there's a maturity that you get here, and there's an understanding. And if you were good enough after 3 years of college, then I think you're closer to that degree, which is going to ultimately, because the baseball side, cliche-ish or not, is going to run out. And I think we've done a good job at that. I think we target the right guys, Coach Brasington, Coach Cepeda, and then when they're here, we develop them through their hard work and our plan. And I like to say we do kind of simple things well. And we've been on a pretty good roll. We've had a few guys go in the last few years on the mound and positional player-wise, but I think everybody asks me when I'm around town, who's the next one? And I think that's a good question to get. It really helps us in recruiting.
Well, Coach, you've played and been around some of the best guys locally here in baseball. You've Jack Smitherin at UC Riverside, Gary Adams of UCLA where you played, and Dennis Rogers. What do you take the most from those guys that you can kind of give to your ball players in the recruitment process and into games? What is the biggest thing that you take away from those guys?
Oh man, that was exactly when I got interviewed by Dr. Ellis and the athletic director and Kent Akis here. I told them, I said, I think that is the best gift I've been given in the sport of baseball. I learned discipline from Coach Smitherin. If anybody listening played for Coach Smitherin or played on those teams or worked for him, the organization and the discipline involved in how his teams were run was unmatched by anybody I played for or worked for. I kind of learned how to be a caring heart, from Coach Adams. People that have played for Coach Adams and worked for Coach Adams, there is nobody that cares for the individual and what you're doing off the field more than him. And then Coach Rogers, the game management and the practice planning. So I was able to take, from all three of those guys and kind of combine those three guys together and develop my own program with its own nuances to it. So really blessed to be led by those three men, and even more, Coach Schreiber at Purdue and obviously Coach Smith at UCR, how to be a great assistant at the time when I was there. He taught me so many things as well.
We got Gary Adcock here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, the skipper at CBU. And Coach, is there a Major League Baseball manager that when you kind of, I know you're very busy during the spring and into the summer, but during the Major League Baseball season, you kind of watch from afar and say, you know what, I like the way they do it. I like the way, like maybe he's aggressive. I like the way he puts his lineup together. Who's a guy out there at the Major League Baseball level that you can sit back and kind of admire and maybe take a couple pointers, a little bit of advice as well when it comes to putting together your CBU roster?
Well, that's probably an easy one. Dave Roberts and I were college teammates, so I've enjoyed watching him the last couple of years and how he's navigated a roster and utilized lineups and kind of just been relational with the players. Growing up, being a Dodger fan my whole life, the fire and intensity of Tommy Lasorda was kind of unique to see and challenging to see. But the professional baseball game is so much different than the collegiate game. I enjoy watching how collegiate guys do it, and I probably spend more of my research time researching what coaches are doing collegiately and how we can implement some of those things in our program.
So when you played with Dave Roberts, the head, obviously the head coach, the skipper, the manager of the Dodgers, when you were with him at UCLA, did you kind of see the writing on the wall that this guy, obviously he was a great player, but did you have a sense that he understood all facets of the game and he kind of had that managerial material already?
On the side of being personal and relational with people, absolutely, 100%. Dave was a friend to all and an enemy to none. From the baseball managing side, I never really visioned him in that role. I thought he would probably be a successful businessman when I looked at it, something to do in the public eye, but I didn't necessarily see maybe the baseball side of it. We had a couple other players that I played with. Adam Melhuse comes to mind that I thought, man, this guy's going to be a manager someday for those aforementioned reasons you said. He knew a little bit about catching, outfield pitching, hitting. I didn't catch that early on from Dave, the baseball side, though.
But it looks like it worked out okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And it was neat. Trevor Oaks got to play for Dave in spring training.
That's right.
This summer. And actually, they gave me a call once on speakerphone in spring training. So it was kind of neat to see, somebody that you played with have high level success and now be able to influence one of your former ball players, too. That was kind of neat.
And, Coach, you guys are getting ready to transition into the Division I level in the lovely WAC conference. How are you going to be able to transition, from the Division II to the Division I level? Are you still going to continue to recruit from this area, this hotbed of the Inland Empire? Because I'm looking at your roster, and you have guys from all over the Inland Empire, Chino, Elsinore, Riverside. Are you guys excited about this transition?
100% excited. I get that question a lot from coaches, high school coaches in there. And to be honest with you, Jeff, I don't think, and this isn't meant arrogantly or disparagingly against Division I don't think we'll recruit a different player. I think a lot of our players that play on our current Division II roster can play at the Division I level. I think what we're going to see and have is more depth. There's an increase in scholarship limit. There's an increase in games. So maybe our overall athleticism's got to get better. Our pitching depth needs to get better. But we're going to still target the area, recruit the same player we've been recruiting. Maybe just be able to, push some people a little bit more with an increased depth.
We're going inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling with Cal Baptist University head baseball coach Gary Adcock. And Coach, you brought up Trevor Oaks just a moment ago. Do you think we'll see him at the big league level this upcoming season? He's enjoyed a great minor league stint so far, including Oklahoma City AAA for the Dodgers. Do you think we'll see him in Dodger blue at some point in this upcoming season?
I sure hope so. Without a couple nagging injuries late in the last couple seasons, I think we already would have seen him, especially with their use of the roster. I think adding him to the 40-man makes that easier. Now you can bring him up a little bit easier. I think, I'm going to knock on wood here, and hopefully, I think it's going to be a big year for the Lancers with Adam Hofackett in AAA, with the Angels, and Caleb Dirks in AAA with the Braves, and Trevor Oaks with AAA. It's going to be a race to get the first Cal Baptist player in the major leagues. Those three guys are there, and Sharif Offman's knocking on the door as well. And I think this is the year that we're going to see a Lancer in a big league uniform at some point. Absolutely.
Are you excited about that moment when you finally have that, like you said, that first Lancer to get the call up to the show and really plant the flag for Cal Baptist at the major league level? That's pretty exciting to be the very first.
I will miss a practice, not a game. I will miss a practice if that happens. The only one that I won't be able to get to is probably Canada. I don't have an updated passport. But if they're playing in New York, Chicago, which I've told them all, whichever one gets there first, I'm on a plane. I'm there. I'm going to be a fan right there with them and celebrate that monumental achievement.
As long as it's not the Blue Jays, you're there.
Yeah, that's the only one I can't get to. and get back in time unless I do something about the transportation this break.
And free tickets. That's the best part right there.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be enough people asking for that. I just want an acknowledgement, like a head nod or a handshake that, yep, I see you, Coach. That's about all I need.
Nice.
Hey, Coach, did you have a chance to watch Adam Hofack a little bit when he was with the Inland Empire 66ers here coming up through the Angel system?
I went there twice to see him throw, and he didn't pitch the games I was there. So I didn't get to see him pitch personally. Just talked to him before and after the game, but missed him both times I went.
Well, that's too bad. We'll probably see him in an Angels uniform soon enough anyways. Make that short drive over to Anaheim, right?
Yes, and I told him that I will actually wear an Angels shirt. I'm a Dodger fan. I'll wear an Angels shirt. I'll get probably ribbed from all my friends over that, but I'll support Adam absolutely.
The great Gary Adcock here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM as we go inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. Coach Adcock, we always appreciate the time. I just want to get to the bottom of this whole basketball story because Jeff said he used to play against you, and he said you had some game. He really did. He said you had some game.
Man, I don't remember it that way, but I will probably share that story with my family and let them know maybe I was a little better than I thought.
Hey,
I think it was the only All-Star team I ever made in basketball, and I remember vividly sitting and watching everybody play. And that was the last year I played.
You look good in your uniform, though, Gary. You look great.
I was a little bit overweight in the younger years. I'm sure it didn't look that good.
I have a quick question for you. It's a family affair over at Cal Baptist. Your brother's one of the deans over there?
He is, yeah. He's actually worked here longer than I have, so he's moved up the chain from admissions to Dean of Students. He's in charge of, his title changes a lot. He's in charge of something. I know that. He's higher up than I am.
Nice. So the whole Adcock family is taking over Cal Baptist.
Yeah, well, working here. How about that?
There you go.
Hey, Coach, we always appreciate the time. And let's do this again real soon because, yeah, that first CBU player to the big leagues looks like it's going to happen. Coach, we appreciate the time. And we'd like to get Justin Montgomery on the show sometime soon as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe before we get started, we can do that. And when you see me, we got to get that new selfie, buddy. I know you're the king of selfies. So.
Yeah, so we were out there at the Adam Gurrell Memorial Classic, and we love doing that for with Inland Sports. And I saw Coach out there. And Coach does everything. He had the leaf blower out. He was keeping his stadium nice and clean, and he's giving me a hard time about the selfies. I love taking selfies, especially with Coach Adcock, and I found two of them. Coach, we did it twice.
You take them up high enough that it actually makes me look taller and thinner, so I like that.
Well, it also, Gary, you might be the only guy that might be taller than Pep. I always make fun of Pep. Whoa.
Hold on. I'm like pushing 5'11".
We could get him and I to play basketball instead of me and you, because we know that doesn't work.
Well, I would love to see that, because I definitely know you could post him up.
Oh, man. We can go Coach Croy and I versus you and Pep in a fundraiser.
There's no way, because Croy still plays all the time. Look at that. I mean, he's fit as can be.
I would definitely just be feeding him and standing off to the side.
Yeah, I can't guard him. I'm too old and fat now. I can muscle him, though. I just use this big 285-pound frame on Coach Croy.
There you go. Well, you guys enjoy Christmas.
Hey, thanks,
You
Gary.
too, Coach. Merry Christmas. We appreciate the time.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. That is Gary Adcock, the skipper for CBU, here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. I think I'm taller than him.
Yeah, but
I know you're busting my chops, but I think I'm taller than Gary Adcock.
You might be a foot taller than Gary Adcock.
Can you look up his bio and find out how tall he is? Do they list him?
No,
they don't list height?
No, I think wasn't he on Game of Thrones? Isn't he a little guy on Game of Thrones? Gary Adcock? Isn't he the guy in Game of Thrones? That's pretty mean.
What a good dude. And
I love him.
He brought up a great point. CBU is going to have its first Lancer make it to the major leagues, and it's probably going to be this upcoming season. That's a pretty special moment for Cal Baptist.
That is. And I kid and made fun of his height. But I will say this. There are both coaches, Coach Rick Croy, Gary Adcock, both guys that I would love to play for. And if I, as a parent, I have 3 sons, and hopefully they do something where they can either play baseball or basketball. And I would love to have all of my sons play for those 2 guys, both great guys.
Great guys. And next time I see Coach Adcock, definitely getting a selfie, just in spite of him, just so I can say I took another one with him because he gives me a hard time. I like going out there meeting with the people, right? Kissing babies and shaking hands and taking selfies.
Yeah, you're a selfie guy.
All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, we'll talk a little UC Riverside basketball. The Highlanders gearing up for that long road trip up to the University of Montana.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Sunday afternoon game against the Grizz, as they call them up there. We're also going to take a look at that Halos lineup. The Angels have continued to add new players to the lineup, and I know Coach Adcock is a Dodgers guy, but we're going to talk a little Halo baseball as well. That's right around the corner on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
He doesn't have a fever, but he says his stomach hurts and he's seeing spots.
I'm fine. I get up.
No.
I have a test today.
No.
I have to take it. I want to go to a good college so I can have a fruitful life.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorup.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350. Fox Sports 1350.
Driving is unpredictable. Just take it from Carrie. Please don't do this to me. Oh, or Peter.
Go around me, please. Yeah, happy holidays to you too.
Or this family trying to get to Grandma's in time for dinner.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh.
This is Hum. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. We have a flat. Any chance you could send someone out to help?
We have your location, and we'll send help your way.
With all the uncertainties on the road, it's nice to know there's Hum by Verizon. Hum is the connected car system that assists and empowers drivers, so you can stay on top of your car's health and get help when trouble arises. It's a smart way to stay informed about your car and keep your family safer on the road. This holiday season, get Hum and get where you're going. Visit hum.com or your local Verizon store for special holiday savings.
Do you need Duracell batteries this coming holiday season? Maybe not. Maybe you could trust your kids will be just as happy without them. Maybe you could trust they won't remember you as the parents who spent this Christmas morning driving to a mini mall to get the batteries you forgot while wearing a robe. Or you could just trust Duracell and buy them right now.
Only AT&T gives you entertainment your way. So here's our message in a more entertaining way, like an action movie.
You either give me what I want, or you'll never see your best friend / sidekick again.
Just give him what he wants, Mac. What do you want?
Well, I want an unlimited data plan that gives me more than just talking, texting, and surfing.
Okay, but
I want live TV too. That I can watch on any screen, my phone, my tablet, or my home TV.
He's crazy, Mac. He may be crazy, but I'm gonna get him what he wants.
Really?
And then tumble off this cliff together, but I'll grab a branch while he falls. Take this!
I'm watching my favorite shows and movies on the go!
Sayonara, baby. Only AT&T gives you unlimited data and live television on any screen.
Requires eligible AT&T Unlimited plan. After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T may slow speeds. Compatible device required and sold separately. Additional usage, speed, and other restrictions apply. See store for plan details.
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here. We're back at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today we're going to go over our A-Skip series. We've got a couple of great videos for you guys. Come check us out. All right, so we're here with our Boost Performance School student athletes. The next drill we're actually going to demonstrate today is a butt kick skip. Now, this is a great drill that teaches us to get our foot off the ground quick, working on top end speed now, getting our foot off the ground quick and bringing our heel to our butt. So we're getting a nice rhythm. We're going to bounce. I'm going to pull my heel to my butt and put it down quick. And all it's about is getting our foot off the ground, heel to the butt. So X is going to start it off for us. He's going to get a nice rhythm, heel to the butt. Good. Nice. Keep that heel tight. Heel tight. So all we're training here is just bringing the heel to the butt. When we open up our stride, we want to get that foot off the ground and bring the heel to the butt as quickly as possible. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Good. Good. Nice. Heel tight. Heel tight. Heel tight. Good. There you have it. Butt kick skip. A great drill that progresses into the absolute speed A skip. We do it right here at Boost.
focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
I'm John, a volunteer at United Way. I'm here at Lincoln Elementary School to find out what this place needs. Who knows better about what kids need than kids, right? Let's ask them.
Monsters! Lasers! A pool! Another guinea pig! More lasers! Sprinkles!
I was thinking more spinach at lunchtime and maybe more exercise.
Nah. Lasers are cool.
When it comes to creating healthier communities, what this place needs is you. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org, because great things happen when we live united. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona off Temescal Canyon Road. The Highlanders with a big trip this weekend, Jeff. I'm going with UC Riverside up to the University of Montana. You are missing out, brother.
Oh, hey, I got it punched up right here. Guess what the weather's going to be like on Sunday afternoon?
In Missoula?
31 degrees for a high with a low of 29.
Well, we got the head coach of the Highlanders, Dennis Cutts, here on the Inland Sports Show right now. Coach, when you've got a trip to the University of Montana, and like Jeff said, the high was 31. Do you pack differently? Because I like to pack light. How do you pack for these trips, Coach, when you go to these cold weather places?
Well, the good thing, it's an indoor sport. We're not outside much. We walk onto the bus. We walk off into the gym, into the hotel. So we don't do a lot outside. It'd be nice and warm inside.
Yeah, I don't really want to pack a parka or any big jackets. I like to travel light, maybe a nice little sweater. Might throw a beanie on just to kind of keep the head warm, but it's going to be a big one at the University of Montana. It's this Sunday, noon tip-off right here on GoHighlanders.com, so you can check that out as well. And the Highlanders trying to go for back-to-back wins. Jeff, you called the game as they picked up a nice win against Air Force the other night.
19-point win, and I'll tell you what, Coach, I wanted to slap everybody 5 after that game because it was a complete game we had talked about. We saw that great 8-minute span at Pepperdine, and you guys played a great game. Everybody played well, and I couldn't have been more excited for you. And, boy, Coach, what a great game.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. We got off to a great start, and that's a good indicator for us, but we shared the ball. I think that was a season high, 16 assists. And we talk about something. We got game goals, and we reached all 5 of our game goals, which is hard to do, and that shows a good sign that everybody was locked in offensively and defensively.
Yeah, Dikembe Martin was definitely locked in. He had one of those career games. He was 8 for 10 from the field, 4 for 4 from the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He was darn near perfect in 37 minutes. He looked amazing, Coach.
He looked really good. I thought he was sharp. He kind of had some freshness in his legs. People have been giving him the perimeter shot and trying to take away the bounce on him, so it was good to see him just rise up with the space and knock down, the 4 threes. So that will make him tougher to guard as people continue to try to take that away now. So I thought he looked really good. But, again, we set the tone. We shared the ball early. I shot 65% in that first half, and it was because of our ball movement.
We got Dennis Cutts, the head basketball coach for the UC Riverside men's basketball team here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Coach, how has practice been this week, considering it's been finals for your student athletes? So obviously the brains might be a little mushy coming out of finals if they got tough ones like I know Dikembe does. But how has practice been this week, and knowing that these guys have their finals to take? But now you go to Montana, and the finals will be in the rearview mirror. But how has this week been with those practices?
Well, it's always a difficult week, as we have talked. You know, those guys need to put in the time, and it takes a lot of energy, and they're students first. So, you know, we allow them the time. They had the weekend off, and we were able to get in there and get 2 really good hard days in, Monday, Tuesday. Took a day off yesterday to kind of, you know, give that next wave of kind of study time and rest. And we had an energetic, sharp practice today, which I thought was good. And some guys, about half the team are done. So there'll be a few more. There's one more Friday night at 7 o'clock at night. But I think we're on the tail end here. We got to have, you know, kind of moved into our preparation for Montana. But we're also looking, we need to be better. We always talk. A week later, we need to be better than we were a week ago and keep adding and tweaking things. So that's what we focused on this week.
Yeah, so coming off of that solid win against Air Force last Friday night, and now a road game at Montana, like you just said, you want to keep moving in that right direction. What did you guys do in that Montana game? Like you said, you have individual game goals, but what did you guys do well that you really like, that you feel like you can keep building upon as you go into in that Montana game, and then also beyond as you get ready for Big West Conference play, which is right around the corner now?
Yeah, it's right around 5 games, and this is 5 good tests. You know, this Montana team is very good. Valparaiso coming in at 8-2 out of the Missouri Valley. I mean, really good programs these next 2. You know, I thought, again, the number one thing that we've been trending up in our assists, and we said the number one goal was our field goal percentage offense, so that if we can share the ball at a better level and get each other easier shots, we were going to have success, because we've been guarding, as we said, at a really good field goal percentage clip. So we started turning the attention to offense, sharing the ball, getting better shots, and again, 65% in the first half, 53% for the game. Those are great numbers for us, and we guarded again at what I thought a good level, played a lot of zone. We're getting better at that zone. We can play bigger. So now we're just continue to work on that and add components to it, and continue to tweak offense that we can, you know, again, function more efficiently at that end of the floor.
We'll talk about efficiency. You know, Alex Larson has been efficient and the most consistent ball player for the Highlanders this season. But the last game, really, you saw a lot of big strides from Menno Dijkstra, and Chance Murray really played with a lot of energy, both offensively and defensively. It just seemed to all come together last game.
Yeah, we're more balanced, and we always want to be balanced. And, you know, Al, we have used him a lot. I think he had a lot of academic work last week. He turned to me Friday and said, Coach, I'm really, really tired. He looked it, and it was good, you know, not to have to rely on him or rely on any one guy to have to go get 20 points. So I think our balance is a strength, our depth is a strength. Getting Menno, we've talked about, he missed 4 to 5 weeks of the preseason, and he seems to be getting his timing back and his rhythm, and that's the kind of player he is. And, yeah, Chance, you know, again, I thought had a very good performance at both ends of the floor. And when he's locked in, we get locked in. So that's a big key for us.
Well, Coach, I've been doing my homework on the Montana Grizzlies to get ready for the Sunday broadcast, and they've got a guy named Ahmad Rory, who's a University of Oregon transfer. They have another guy, Ogine, who won a CIF championship here in California at Chaminade. When you look at this Montana team, where do they look tough?
Yeah, those 2 guards, it starts with them. I think they play very hard defensively, really kind of do a good job. Don't play a lot of guys, only play about 7 players, but they're really tied in and physical with you. But then those 2 guys can score it at a high level, and they get to the free throw line. They do a lot of things to create offense for them. So we're going to have to get those 2 guys under control, obviously. The Akoi kid, who we know from Fullerton here. But they're built right, and we're built kind of, you know, we got some size on them as well, and need to use that as an advantage. But getting those 2 guards under control will be a huge key.
We got UC Riverside on the road at the University of Montana. And, Coach, we've talked about this before, and it's worth mentioning again because at the end of the day, it kind of boils down to a couple games in March in Anaheim, right? If you can get a couple of those wins, you guys can go to the big dance, go to the NCAA tournament. So is it still, again, just a progression, a building process as we go into March?
Yeah, that's kind of how we talk about it. But we talked after a disappointing Pepperdine loss that our goals are still intact. We want to win that championship, but we can't wait until 3 days in March to say, all right, we're going to play a certain way. We need to start trending in what is a positive format for us at both ends, and keep growing and growing and growing, and hopefully reward yourself with some wins in the process as we did Friday night. But I thought we took a really good step coming out of Pepperdine in the Air Force, and now we've got to show over these 2 weeks up until next Friday, these 3 games, another step, and just keep moving forward and how we're going to play and format ourselves, our identity, and all those things that relate to winning.
Well, Coach, I've been to all the games, preseason games, and you guys are playing a lot of different teams. You played that Portland State team early in the year, which was a big surprise. They've played everybody tough, including Duke. You played Michigan. You've played very athletic teams. You've played smart, cerebral teams like Air Force. A lot like the Big West. You have the athletic Long Beach. You have the athletic Cal State Fullerton. And you have teams that are new. Northridge, a lot of new players. Hawaii, a lot of new players. So you've really had a chance to play a lot of good teams, and I think it will help you benefit in the Big West.
This might be the toughest, most balanced schedule, but the toughest night in, night out. We're playing in good environments. Montana will be a great environment. This Valparaiso team, for people that want to come out and see high-level, mid-major basketball, Missouri Valley Conference is very high, and again, they're 8-2 and perennial kind of NCAA team, and they'll present a ton of challenges as well. But we've talked throughout the course, these opportunities give you an identity in terms of what you got to get better at. They allow the coaches to say, hey, we need to do this better, differently. And we have changed a lot over these 9 games, and we're going to continue to make sure we're making the proper adjustments and changes. But then you can also reference them. You go into Fullerton and they probably play or run something or have a player similar to something you've seen, and you can reference it. The players have been through it. So exposing them to all these different environments is really positive as long as you keep learning and growing from these experiences.
It's UC Riverside on the road at the University of Montana, the Grizz. It's Sunday at noon. You can check it out and listen live on GoHighlanders.com. Coach Cutts, we always appreciate the time, and I'll see you Saturday morning as we make our way to Missoula.
Love it. I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, that's Dennis Cutts, head basketball coach for the UC Riverside Highlanders. I'm looking forward to Missoula, man.
I tell you what, they're playing pretty well at this point. Montana, they were supposed to play UCLA last week, but
because of the fires, I saw that.
They had to cancel the game, so they're going to have their legs. It's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I saw that Montana, so they were down here in Southern California. They were scheduled, like you said, to play UCLA, but because of the fires, that game was just completely canceled. Not postponed or rescheduled, it was canceled. Then they had to go to, I think it was Georgia State?
Yeah.
That was a wacky trip. You're in Montana. You come down to SoCal. You go to the East Coast to play Georgia State, and now they're back in Missoula, which they are undefeated on their home floor this season, Jeff, including a win against, I think it was Northridge.
Cal State Northridge.
They lost to UC Santa Barbara. They've got a couple Big West schools on their schedule. I think they still have, I think it's Irvine after UC Riverside, so they loaded up with some of those Big West schools, including the Highlanders, coming up this Sunday at noon. And then next week, we're back at the SRC Arena, a couple home games that we'll call.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Those are going to be fun.
Valparaiso, and then was it UC Merced, I want to say, next Friday night?
Yes, UC Merced. I think they're a Division II program, but Valparaiso.
Yeah. I remember the incident was Bryce Drew. Remember his dad was Homer Drew.
Yes, Homer Bryce.
Yeah, he had that game-winning basket in the NCAA tournament.
That's
Bryce Drew, yeah. Is he their coach? I think he's coaching somewhere, Bryce Drew.
Yeah, I don't think he's at Valpo anymore, but yeah.
He's somewhere, isn't he? Yeah, he had a little cup of coffee in the NBA.
He did.
And then he's coaching somewhere. I thought he went back to Valpo. We'll have to look that up.
Check it out. It would be cool if he is.
All right, but it's Highlanders and Montana this Sunday, the Grizz. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, how about some Halo baseball? You big Halo guy, Jeff?
I love the Halos.
I know
Does
you
Don Baylor still play for him? Carney Lansford?
No, it's just it's like Mo Vaughn, JT Snow, those guys.
Gary DeSarcina, Doug DeSensei.
All those guys, right?
Oh, yeah, they were they're so good, those guys.
You're old school Angels.
Man, Frank Tanana.
Wally Joyner?
Sure, Wally Joyner. Yes.
Nolan Ryan. God, they're really a good ball club.
Man.
Rod Carew, he's really good. He was really good first baseman.
Hey, we'll talk about the current Angels roster when we come back. It's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350. Yeah.
What is that, Private Pile?
Sir, jelly donuts, sir.
A jelly donut?
Sir, yes, sir.
How did it get here?
Sir, I took it from the mess hall, sir.
How you guys doing today? Ray Bass here from Boost Training. I'm here today at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's Boost Training tip is all about speed. We're talking about the weighted sled push. Come check it out. So when it comes to the weighted sled sprint, it's all about strength endurance. More specifically, building strength within the hips, the knees, and the calves. All right? So whatever sport you play, if you got to be strong and fast, sled sprints are for you. So I'm going to have Sawyer go ahead and get his hand placement right. We're going to get his hand about mid-height on that bar. He's going to back his feet out. He's going to bend his elbows and really get in the prowler here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here, when I say go, he's going to drive his knees very powerfully, and he wants to apply as much force against the ground as he can. That's what it's all about, how much force we can apply against the ground. All right, so ready, set, go. So there you have it, the weighted sled sprint. If you're not doing it, you definitely want to add it to your regimen to get strong and fast, and we're doing right here at Boost.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cahelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And we're back on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, you're fired up over there.
You know why? You got Star Wars coming up.
Oh, man, you were awful yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I was feeling rotten. Hey, are we going to talk about Tim Salmon? Gary G. Sarcina, Rockaroo?
Yes.
Yeah, I love the Angels.
Snow, Mo Vaughn.
Nolan Ryan.
Jorge Fabregas.
Hey, the ugliest guy of all time ever was Frank Tanana. I used to have a baseball card of him. I had like 100 of them.
Was he with the Halos? I remember him with the Tigers.
Yeah, he's with the Tigers. Man, he was ugly.
Jeez.
Man, his baseball card was scary looking. He looked seriously. He looked like he was missing his jaw. He just looked bad. He just had an upper jaw. That's all it was. It was just Frank Tanana, upper jaw, no lower jaw.
And your wife had a crush on, was it Fabregas, right?
George Fabregas. He had a large butt. Huge butt. My wife is driving home right now. She's going, oh, I love George Fabregas.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to spend a couple minutes here talking about Halo baseball. The Angels making moves here in the offseason. The big news coming down last night, they made a trade for All-Star second baseman Ian Kinsler, also a Gold Glove winner. So Ian Kinsler, formerly, well, he's been a lot of places, Texas Rangers, but Detroit Tigers is where he was most recently. But he's another big bat in that Halos lineup. Jeff, you're an Angels fan. You must be excited about this.
I am. And then Albert Pujols says, I want to play some first base. He wants to play first base this year.
He doesn't want to DH. He wants to be out there.
He wants to be out in the field finally.
With the people.
With the people. I'm telling you, they've got some a little bit of a pop in some bats this year.
So I went straight to Google.
You Googled?
Find the Angels' projected starting lineup for next year, right? With all these new additions and changes and all kinds of stuff happening.
I see it. It's a good one.
So they've got Ian Kinsler hitting leadoff, Mike Trout hitting second, because Mike Trout doesn't seem like a number 2 hitter, but they want to get him more at-bats. You know what I mean? The more at-bats, the better. Justin Upton, the power hitter, hitting third. Albert Pujols, cleanup, right?
Yeah.
They have him as the DH right now, but he and C.J. Cron, former 66er star,
That's
they can
right.
kind of be interchangeable between DH and first base. Hitting fifth, Cole Calhoun, another IE 66ers product. Andrelton Simmons at short, and then Cron hitting seventh in the lineup. Luis Valbuena, third base, hitting eighth, and doing the catching and hitting ninth, Martin Maldonado. So that's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, but then
that's
you have Ohtani who could play some outfield. But they're saying he might need Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, he's the wild card. So Shohei Ohtani, the big signee from Japan, they have him in the starting rotation right now. So it's going to be Ohtani, Garrett Richards, J.C. Ramirez, Matt Shoemaker, Tyler Skaggs, and Parker Bridwell, all in the mix. Thing is, not all those guys are going to be healthy. That's why you've got like more than enough starting pitching, because 4 or 5 of those guys will be good. There's going to be 1, 2 of those guys that might not be ready to go. That's why you always look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers always stock up on starting pitching, and they're never all healthy at the same time.
And they always have 8 or 10 guys in the minor leagues that they can bring up. And
Trevor Oaks, baby, CBU, Woodcrest Christian.
But yeah, you look at that rotation. Shoemaker spent some time with the 66ers.
That's right. Intern Cullen actually interviewed Matt Shoemaker when he rehabbed with the IE 66ers. Mike Trout, too. Mike Trout played for the 66ers.
He gave me a fist bump. Do you remember that?
Mike Trout did, yeah.
All right, we did the interview. I was right there, and then afterwards, I'm like, hey, I wish you well, buddy. And I'm like, so I put out my hand, and instead I'm like, I'm going to give him a fist bump. And he gave me a fist bump. It was just he and I in the locker room.
You, Mike Trout, and a fist bump.
Shared a moment. I almost cried.
A couple local guys that play for the Halos that did not have their contracts renewed. Ricky Nolasco, the Vato from Rialto.
Oh, we love that guy.
Yeah, he'll end up somewhere. He's a free agent right now. They didn't pick up his team option. And then Jesse Chavez out of Miller High School, 2 guys who pitched for the Halos last season, free agents right now. So I guess it's still in the realm of possibility that they could come back to the Angels, but it doesn't look good. But they're both great pitchers. They'll end up somewhere, but they were just not renewed, so they're going to be out there as free agents this offseason. So.
Yes.
You grabbing the helmet? You ready to do the helmet?
I'm just really excited.
We're wrapping up the segment, Jeff. I don't know. Do you want to go straight to Star Wars?
No. I just make sure it was still there.
So Jeff has a Star Wars. It's not Stormtrooper. What kind of helmet is that?
It's Captain Rex.
Captain Rex. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's Captain Rex.
He's got his Star Wars helmet in here. When we come back, might talk a little Star Wars. Ghizal Hasan's going to check in, the voice of Riverside TV football, UC Riverside baseball, and Cal State Northridge basketball.
Wait.
Are you going to make it talk?
It's an ambush. The name's Rex. You'll call me Captain or Sir.
Oh, okay.
Explosives are in place, sir.
I'm telling you, I'm ready.
Jeff is ready to go. Star Wars right after this show, but we're going to finish strong on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
No, I am your father.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
The Inland Empire's home for all things IE just got even better. Introducing the award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
Weekend deals are...
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump, all right? We're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports, really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes. So we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended, and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you. played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I'd say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
I just wanted to say that I'm a nerd. And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
Now back to the Inland Sports Show. Here's Pep and Jeff.
Oh, nobody nerds out like us, Jeff. Nerding out big time.
I got goosebumps.
Star Wars tonight. But first, another award-winning edition of the Inland Sports Show right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Brought to you by our good friends over there at Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. You'll be spoiled by their great customer service and low prices. Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire with all your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. He'll get you all trained up. Football, basketball, baseball, lacrosse, golf, you name it. They can do it. BoostTrainingSystems.com and Catalano Motors in Corona off Temescal Canyon Road. SUVs, sports cars, minivans for Jeff.
Yes.
They got it all. Buy, trade, finance at Catalano Motors off Temescal Canyon Road in Corona. Right now, he's a friend of the show as we're going to finish up strong. It's the great Ghizal Hasan, the voice of Riverside TV, UC Riverside Baseball, and Cal State Northridge Basketball. Ghizal, what is cracking?
Thank you guys very much. When Jeff Gorham invited me to be a last-minute guest, I realized I've reached Elliot Gould status, so I'm flattered, and I'm excited. This is a great movie coming out. You guys get to see it tonight. I probably won't see it till tomorrow morning, but I'm pumped for The Last Jedi.
Don't follow Jeff on Twitter because you can trust me, brother, that I will not tweet spoilers. Jeff, I can't control him.
You can't muzzle me. Nobody can muzzle me.
You know, that's why I'm going in the morning because I don't generally check Twitter till after lunch, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, we are pretty fired up.
Yeah, we're going to finish up strong here, and then we're going to go into that movie feeling really good. It's going to be, they say, the best one ever.
They say 6 punches in the face. There's 6 twists to this story, and I can't believe it. I can't wait.
Now, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to get serious. I know this is hard to believe. I'm going to get serious for a little bit.
Here we go.
Favorite. So my favorite Star Wars movie obviously is Empire.
Everyone's.
What about the two of you?
Empire's my favorite.
You know, I'll probably take some heat on this one, but I kind of like number 3 in the prequels, only because I like the transformation of Anakin. Yeah. I know, like, for some people, it's very sad and disturbing.
So here we go. That makes great sense. So Jeff and I are roughly the same age, so we kind of came up when the movies were coming out. But I will say, of the prequels, that was the one that I was excited to see because, as Mr. Gorham can attest to, people of our generation, we were waiting 15 years for the lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Correct?
Correct. And the big thing is, we had always had these crazy stories that how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, like he crashed in a TIE fighter.
It explains so much in Episode 3.
Oh no, Jeff. It was always the lava and Ben Kenobi, but we didn't know anything about the relationship. It was always the lava, but Mustafar is the planet. We never knew what happened with Mustafar. We never knew that he was, how he became the father and Princess Amidala and all that. So I was locked in for the lightsaber battle.
I love Empire was my favorite, just for the simple fact is that the twist at the end made you think for 2 years. I had to wait 2 years or 3 years to see Return of the Jedi, and it was just one of those moments you go, oh, it turned your entire world of Star Wars upside down.
My friend Eric Griffin has a great point about that. Eric Griffin, he's on the show, Workaholics. He was recently in I'm Dying Up Here on Showtime. He's a stand-up comic. Get a chance to see him, go see him. He had a great point. He said that the plot twist at the end of Star Wars is the skyhook of cinema. Because you could go make The Godfather shot for shot, and somebody would probably go pay to see it. But nobody's paying to see a remake of The Empire Strikes Back because we already know the twist. You can never do that twist again.
No, but tonight's
going to be the twist of all twists.
They say there's a twist at the beginning, and there's 6 of them. It's like a heavyweight fight, and it's punch for punch.
Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson.
Punch for punch. It's going to turn your world upside down, and they said it's going to be hard to wait 2 years for Episode 9.
What did you guys think of the The Force Awakens? I'm interested in your opinions of that.
I loved it. What about you, Jeff?
I thought it was fantastic. I thought J.J. Abrams did a great job of kind of bringing everybody back to Star Wars, because the prequels kind of deterred a lot of guys, a lot of people. They didn't use the green screen. They brought back the sets, and I thought it was really cool. I was a little disappointed that they killed old Han Solo, but
spoiler alert.
But I will say it was a good movie. I liked it.
I thought good movie, not great movie. I kind of wanted. I understood why they didn't have Luke Skywalker in it. I wanted a little more insight into Luke Skywalker, and I was disappointed that they kind of brought people in from outside. Like, I was cool with having Han and Leia and Luke back, but when Rey and the Stormtrooper and John Boyega's character, when they all of a sudden could work the lightsaber, I was like, oh, come on, And by the way, Daisy Ridley is a lovely young lady. She's a fantastic actress. But I think I liked her better the first time when she was Keira Knightley. But that's just me.
It's kind of the same person.
Yeah, same person.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Hey, Ghizal, we got you on the line. I love talking to me some Star Wars, but let me ask you some fashion advice. I'm getting ready for my trip up to Missoula with the UC Riverside men's basketball team. Jeff just alerted me that it's going to be 31 degrees as the high on Sunday. How did you dress? Did you bring like a big jacket? Do you dress warm? Because I'm not planning on spending a lot of time outside, obviously.
Yeah, layers. So layers. Like CSUN is outfitted by Under Armour. So we had a couple of cool little Under Armour, those clingy shirts you can wear underneath. But yeah, I luckily for me, I happened to be home in New Jersey for Thanksgiving, so I collected my old winter coat and I have it with me, for the Montana trip, for Idaho State, and then for when we go up to Eastern Washington, I have a winter coat. I would bring a scarf, gloves if you want to do that kind of thing. Think about Ice Planet Hoth. You're going to Ice Planet Hoth.
I was going to go Hoth. Dang it, you took it. I was going to go Hoth.
I'm not cutting open a tauntaun, though. Like, I'm just going to put on a jacket.
One last thing, though, I will say. Something Jeff said yesterday disturbed me.
Everything.
Just one thing? Just one?
Hey, before we preface.
Just one thing. Yeah, it's weird, huh? Just one thing.
I was sick yesterday.
The action figures, because if you're of a certain age, and Jeff and I are both children of the 80s, those things were like Bitcoin,
Yeah.
Like back in 1983, if you had Snowspeeder Dak, the co-pilot, the action figure, that was like Bitcoin, man. That was like, so hopefully they didn't mess up, your nephews didn't mess up any of the rare ones, Jeff.
No, I have those in a box in the garage. But the other day, my wife Carla said, "Hey, Johnny's taking Yoda to preschool because the letter of the day was Y." And I said, "What do you mean he's taking Yoda?" So she goes, "Yeah, the one that doesn't have the hands." And I went, "What?
You can't take that Yoda to school."
Yeah, so then I go, "What do you mean it doesn't have hands?" So I thought it was my rare Yoda from the original 12, but it wasn't. It was one from the later episodes, and I was very happy about it. But yeah, I have a 12-inch Boba Fett that's incredible. Probably, it's worth a couple grand.
Is it really?
Yeah. I do. You're got
such a nerd.
And that's, by the way, that's why Empire is the coolest. Because you get Yoda, you get Boba Fett, and you got Lando, baby.
Hey, Reggie Theus! That's Lando Calrissian!
The coolest man in the universe.
I love.
I don't know if he
Lando.
had a jump. I don't know if Lando had a jump shot though, Jeff.
No, but
Not like Reggie.
But hey, I'll tell you what, Lando could pull the ladies.
Look, hey, what do we have here? You still hanging out with this loser? Yeah.
Cloud City, baby. Hey, Ghizal, we got to run. We got Thursday Night Football coming up on Fox Sports IE. We always appreciate the time. And where are you up next? At Eastern Washington? Is that what you said?
May the 4th, Eastern Washington on Sunday. May the 4th be with you both. Enjoy the movie.
Hey, we'll be close. You'll be at Eastern Washington. I'll be in Missoula, man. So,
and I will text you. I will text you at probably close to 10 o'clock
all
tonight.
All the spoilers,
right?
See you, Ghizal. Have a good game this Sunday, brother.
All right, thank you. You too.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Ghizal Hasan, The Voice, Northridge, UCR Baseball, Riverside TV Football. Hey, Jeff, real quick, Broncos-Colts coming up right here. Who you got?
I was right last. I'm going to go Broncos.
Yeah, you got to go Broncos.
Broncos.
The Colts will make a mess. I'm going Broncos as well. We're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors. Colts and Broncos are coming up right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff and I, we're heading off to see Star Wars, The Last Jedi, tomorrow. Talk a little Star Wars and also Cajon versus Sarah for the CIF Division II AA State Championship. We'll bring you Cowboy football. That's tomorrow on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire, thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez, honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word, and thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.